Let's continue our discussion to process costing. For this module, we're going to discuss the cost of production report using weighted average method. Okay, so the job order costing system, to track the cost of each job, we have what we call the job order cost sheet. Now, in process costing system, to record or to track the costs for each department, we have what we call the cost of production report. So typically, you can see on the slide the typical format for a cost of production report. So as you can see, actually it is divided into uh, two. So the main parts of the cost of production report. So the first part, so uh, this one, the first part is used to account for the uh, units of work in process in that particular department, or units of inventory for that particular department. And so that is unit information, as you can see in the cost of production report. And the second portion is about the cost. So that's cost information. So that's the cost to account for part up to the cost accounted for part. Now, in the book or in our textbook, the uh, cost of production report follow a five-step procedure. So the first part is to compute for the units to account for. So this is step one. So the second part is to uh, compute for the units as accounted for. So that is step two. So step three is to determine or to compute for the cost to account for. So that is step three. Step 4 is to compute for the cost per equivalent unit. So this is step 4. And lastly, the cost to compute, or the last step or step 5 is to compute for the cost as accounted for. So actually this is the same with the reconciliation. So for this module, we're going to discuss each part. We're going to apply or use the method and the procedure in computation for each part. But first, our assumption is for the weighted average method, because in the cost of production report or in the process costing, uh, the cost of production report can be done using number one, the weighted average method, and number two, the FIFO method o yung first in, first out method. So yung first in, first out method will be covered by the next module. Ayan, so sabi ko nga doon sa previous slide, so yung cost of production report is divided into two parts. So yung una, yung discussion or computation for the units to account for. The second portion naman, we have what we call the units as accounted for. So dun sa units as accounted for, doon natin kinocompute yung tinatawag natin equivalent units of production. So bakit may equivalent units of production? Kasi nga, we cannot account for the actual units in each department, kasi hindi naman nagiging 100% complete o hindi naman nagiging 100% complete yung actual units natin. So, meron tayong tinatawag na equivalent units lang. So, if you look at the slide, so equivalent units are the product of the number of partially completed units and the percentage completion of those units. So, dahil nga hindi naman natin na-account 100% yung actual units for one particular department, ang ibig sabihin hindi siya nagiging 100% complete sa department A. So medyo mahirap mag-compute ng cost per unit. So in order for the cost accountant to compute for the cost per unit or the unit cost, so ginagamit yung concept of units, equivalent units of production. So meaning, hindi pa siya actual units, pero because of the given percentage of completion, yan yung nagiging actual units mo. Kaya, paano ba kinocompute yung EUP? So, yung EUP is computed as the actual units multiplied by the percentage of completion. Ayan. So, according to the slide, the equivalent units of production will equal to the number of partially completed units. So, yung actual units yun na meron ng percentage of completion. So, i-multiply lang dun sa percentage of completion natin. Meaning, this is the estimate. So, pag tinignan mo yung slide, so may picture dyan. So, this is a cup. Ngayon, di siya ma-account as one completed unit kasi ang percentage of completion niya is 50%. Paano nalaman ang 50%? Kasi if you look at the cup, kalahati lang yung laman. So, ang equivalent units niyan na gagamitin natin to compute for the denominator is just 0.5. So, meaning, yung actual unit is 1 cup, i-multiply ng percentage of completion, which is 50%. So, lalabas, this is 0.5 units. Yan. So, yan yung concept ng equivalent units of production. Sabi niya, we need to calculate equivalent units because a department usually has some partially completed units in its beginning inventory and ending inventory. These partially completed units complicate the determination of a department output for a given period and the unit cost that should be assigned to that output. So, medyo mahirap nga naman. Halimbawa, yung beginning inventory mo. So, beginning inventory mo, for example, ang actual units is 100 units. Ang ending inventory mo is, halimbawa, 50 units lang. Ang percentage of completion mo ng beginning inventory is 50%. Ang ending inventory mo, 20%. So, ang question dyan, ilang units yung gagamitin mo to compute for the cost per unit natin. So, yung denominator ang tanong dyan. So, this is cost. Yung question mark, this is number of units. So, since magkaiba yung percentage of completion, hindi pwedeng gamitin yung actual units. So, ang ginagamit nating solution so that the accountant can still compute for the cost per unit, yung denominator o yung units natin, gagawin na lang natin siyang EUP. Na ang formula ng EUP is actual units. For example, yung cup. So, actual cup, i-multiply ng percentage of completion. Kaya ang question, ano nga ba yung percentage of completion? So, that is the estimate percentage of efforts or costs incurred for that particular product or department in a particular period of time. So, imaginein mo na lang to apply. Halimbawa, meron kang two steps. So, yung first step and second step. Kapag tapos na siya dun sa first step, so you can say na meron siyang 50% percentage of completion. Pag natapos niya na yung step 2, 100% na yung percentage of completion. So, hindi naman ganun-ganun, kaya lang ganun mo na lang siya isipin. And the percentage completion usually is determined by industrial engineer. So, yun. Ayan, so, para do sa example pa, so, halimbawa, you have two actual units. Bakit two actual units? Yung first cup, tsaka yung second cup. Kaya lang, ang laman ng first cup is 50, kalahati lang. So, this is 50% complete. Yung second cup, ang laman ulit is 50% complete. So, therefore, ano yung equivalent units of production niya? So, 1 times 0.5. So, this is 0.5. So, 1 actual units times 50% percentage of completion. That's another 0.5. So, ang EUP mo is 1. Yan. So, kumbaga, since 50% ng effort for the two actual units, ang equivalent units niyan, para magamit natin to compute for the cost per unit will be 1 or 1 cup. So, if you look further at the slide, so sabi niya, so, kung 10,000 yung actual units mo and the percentage of completion, 70%, so, ano yung equivalent units of production natin or EUP? So, meaning, 7,000 daw. Which is 10,000 times. This is 10,000 times 70%. And quick check. So let's try. So let's apply the concept discussed for EUP. So for the current period, Jones started 15,000 units and completed 10,000 units, leaving 5,000 units in process, which are 30% complete. So sabi niya, how many equivalent units of production did Jones have for the period? So again, ang formula niyan is actual units uh, multiplied by the percentage of completion. So, giving you 10 seconds. And the answer is letter B. So, para na-compute yung letter B. So, sabi niya, uh, for the Kenneth P. Jones started 15,000 units. So, ibig sabihin nung started, yun, started. So, yan yung ipoproduce for this particular period. So, yan. So, 10,000 yung completed, sabi niya. For that particular department, 10,000 ang na-complete natin. So, ibig sabihin, itong 10,000 na to, 100% complete. Kaya ang EUP niyan is actual units, 10,000. Ang percentage of completion is 100%. Bakit 100%? Kasi complete na siya eh. So, para maging complete, kailangan 100%. So, ibig sabihin, ang EUP niyan is 10,000 din. Kaya, 10,000 to. Pero pagdating doon sa ending inventory, remember, 15,000 yung ina-account natin, 10,000 completed. So, ibig sabihin, yung 5,000, di pa complete. Kaya nandun siya sa ending inventory. Pero itong 5,000 na to, ulitin ko lang. So, ang actual units is 5,000. Ending inventory yan. But ending inventory? Kasi hindi siya complete. So, therefore, nandun pa rin siya sa department na yan. Nasa ending inventory siya. I-multiply natin ng percentage of completion. So, that's 30%. So, lalabas, this is 1,500. So, 5,000 times 30% is 1,500. So, therefore, ang total equivalent units natin is 10,000 plus 1,500. Kaya naging 11,500. Yan. So, the computation for the equivalent units will depend on the costing system adopted, cost formulas adopted by the corporation. So, there are two for process costing system. So, una yung tinatawag natin na first in, first out method. So, in the original PowerPoint, sabi niya, this is covered in the appendix. But for my discussion, this will be covered by the next module. So, and the other one, the weighted average method. So, ito lang yung i-discuss natin for this particular period. Yung costing system, so, we have two. So, saan sila nagkakaiba? So, banggitin ko na kaagad. So, una, yung computation natin ng equivalent units of production, magkaiba for FIFO and weighted average. Number two, yung computation ng cost per EUP, magkaiba din for first in, first out method and the weighted average method. But magkaiba. Pag FIFO kasi, ang assumption natin, kasi first in, first out. So, we need to separately account the beginning inventory. Kasi ito yung first in for that particular department. So, dapat yung beginning inventory mo, siya din yung unang ma-transferred out. So, separate yung accounting for the beginning inventory. Hindi kagaya for the weighted average, average method naman siya. So, hindi natin sineseparately account si beginning inventory and the started. Kasi di ba remember, yung beginning inventory is the ending inventory from prior months. So, ang ginagawa, average naman eh. So, pagsasamahin na lang natin si beginning inventory plus yung tinatawag natin na started. So, yung beginning inventory, yan yung ending inventory ng prior month. Yung started, yan yung inventory added this month. So, this is added this month or the current month lang. Inad siya. Ayun. So, sa weighted average, pagsasamahin. Pero sa first in, first out, i-account natin pareho yung beginning inventory tsaka yung started. Separately accounted for. Pag average, average naman. Ang assumption natin, yung beginning inventory, although started na yan last month, we will assume na ngayon lang siya sinumulan at ngayon din natapos yung beginning inventory. So, ito yung pinagkaiba nila. Okay, yung percentage of completion is a very important concept because we need the percentage of completion to compute for the equivalent units of production. Luckily, we are discussing weighted average So, weighted average. So, di ba remember, so the cost of production report is divided into two parts. So, yung first part natin is to account for the units of inventory. So, dun sa first part, doon natin kinocompute yung EUP. Sa second part, doon natin kinocompute yung, o doon natin account yung cost. So, percentage contribution is very important. Sabi niya, the percentage of completion for will be provided depende dun sa assumption ng firm. So, pwede niya sabihin na, for example, direct material are added at the start. So, kapag yung direct material added at the start, ibig sabihin, start ng production process. So, kung meron kang 5 steps, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, step 1 pa lang, start ka pa lang ng step 1, 100% complete na yung materials mo. Kaya pag tinignan mo yan, sabi niya, yung beginning inventory mo daw is 100% complete kasi yung beginning inventory dumaan na sa step 1. So yung ending inventory mo 100% complete pa din. Bakit 100%? So yung ending inventory hindi siya 100% complete as to conversion costs. So hindi siya 100%. Kasi di ba remember, you have three types of costs. We have direct materials, direct labor, and overhead. So, para yung units of inventory ma-transfer from Department A to Department B. So, dapat 100% complete siya sa direct material, 100% complete sa direct labor, 100% complete din sa overhead for Department A. Bago natin malipat kay Department B. So, dun sa example, na direct materials pa lang, for example, sabi niya added at the start. So, ibig sabihin, kahit yung ending inventory mo, 100% complete na as to direct materials. Bakit? Kasi, at the start pa lang, ina-add mo na yung direct materials. Yun nga lang, nasa ending inventory siya kasi in terms of conversion cost, meaning direct labor and overhead, hindi pa siya 100% complete. Kasi kung 100% complete na yan, wala na dapat yan sa ending inventory. Nandun na dapat yan sa transferred out. Ano sinasabi kong transferred out? Kasi yung started natin plus beginning inventory will be divided into beginning inventory, started and completed, tsaka yung tinatawag natin na ending inventory. So, yung beginning inventory, tsaka started and completed. So, pare-pareho silang 100% complete. So, ito yung napupunta sa transferred out. So, ibig sabihin, 100% complete na yan as to direct materials, direct labor, tsaka overhead. Pero itong ending inventory, pwedeng 100% complete siya for direct materials, kagaya nga nung unang scenario, na yung direct materials is added at the start. Pero, nasa ending inventory siya, kasi in terms of conversion cost, di pa siya 100% complete. Ngayon, what if the assumption is that the direct materials are added at the end of the period? So, if the direct materials are added at the end of the period, so ibig sabihin yan, kapag yung process mo is, So, if for example, ang process natin is process 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yung beginning inventory natin, kasi ito yung ulo mong tatapusin, umabot na yan ng step 5. Actually, natapos na siya na step 5 kasi dinagdagan na nga lang. So, ibig sabihin, beginning inventory mo, 100% complete na kahit na added at the end. Kasi, yung beginning inventory, umabot na sa end ng process. So, from step 1, papunta dito sa step 5. So, ito yung beginning inventory. Yung started and completed natin, umabot na rin yan sa step 5. Bakit umabot step 5? Kasi sabi niya complete eh. So, yung beginning inventory is complete, started and complete is also complete. So, ibig sabihin, 100% complete na rin yan as to direct materials. Pero, yung ending inventory natin, hindi pa siya umabot ng end ng period. Kasi kung umabot siya nung step 5, for example, di sana kasama siya dun sa started and completed. So, since di siya umabot dun sa step 5, Eh, sabi niya added at the end. Hindi siya umabot dun sa end. So, kung ang conversion cost niyan, for example, ang percentage of completion niya is 60%. So, umabot lang siya dito sa step 3. Bakit ko sinabing step 3? Assumption ko lang yun. Eh, kasi 100% complete. 100, di-divide natin ng 5 process. Kung evenly yan, edi 20% per step. Eh, natapos niya yung step 3, meaning at the start na siya ng step 4. So, ibig sabihin, 60% na yung conversion cost niya. Kaso, di siya umabot ng end. Ang end kasi is step 5. So, therefore, 0 yung percentage of completion for direct materials. Ayan. And lastly, ulayin ko lang ulit. Lastly, sabi niya, so, yung percentage of completion for direct materials will also depend on some certain percentage of completion may also depend on the percentage completion of conversion cost. Halimbawa, for example, sa weighted average, kung ang beginning inventory, as you notice, pag beginning inventory, pag weighted average, laging 100% complete yan. But 100% complete lagi yung beginning inventory. Kasi yung beginning inventory, nakakasama lagi sa transferred out. So, para makasama sa transferred out, dapat 100% complete siya. Magkakaproblema lang tayo sa ending inventory kasi hindi siya 100% complete as to conversion. So, sometimes, yung percentage completion for direct materials depende din sa percentage of completion ni conversion cost. An example niyan, sabi niya, halimbawa, yung direct materials added when conversion cost is 50%. So, kung ang ending inventory mo, meron lang 40% percentage completion. So, ang magiging direct materials mo, 0. Kasi di siya umabot ng criteria na 50%. Pero, halimbawa, hanggang dito lang siya sa end ng second process. Pero kapag sinabi sa problem na yung direct materials mo, conversion cost niyan is 60%, hindi lumagpas ka dun sa requirement of 50%. Kasi, ang requirement lang, dapat 50% complete para magkaroon ng direct materials. If that is the case, since 60% na siya, so yung 60% is more than the 50%, so in terms of direct materials, ang percentage of completion niya is 100%. So yung percentage completion ng ending inventory for weighted average, take note this is only for ending inventory, will depend on the assumption that will be provided in the problem. In terms of beginning inventory, pag weighted, lang problema dyan. Kasi ang beginning inventory always part of transferred out. So ang ina-assign dyan na percentage of completion is always 100%. Kahit given pa siya sa problem, kahit may pre-provide na percentage of completion do sa problem, kung weighted average yan, always 100%. Ayan. So let's try to apply the basic concept or the concepts I have discussed by preparing a cost of production report using this time weighted average method. Ayan, so ito yung characteristics ng weighted average method. So the weighted average method makes no distinction between work done in prior period, meaning yung beginning inventory, and the work done for the current period. So work done sa prior period, so ang tinutukoy dyan yung beginning inventory. Kung sinabing current period, so ito yung started. Ibig sabihin, started lang for this month. So pag pinag-add silang dalawa, yan yung pinoproduce mo o yung ipoproduce mo for this particular department. Sabi niya sa number 2, blends together units and cost from prior periods. So, ibig sabihin lang yan, ina-add lang natin lagi si beginning inventory plus started, whether that's EUP, para makapit yung transferred out. Cost to account for and units to account for. So, ina-add lang natin yung beginning tsaka yung started. So, determines equivalent units of production for a depart by adding together, the number of units transferred out plus the equivalent units in ending work in process inventory. So, yun lang, para makompute yung EUP. Di ba, makita natin ito dun sa next slide. Ayan, so, treatment of direct labor. So, sabi ko kanina, I'm using the word conversion cost. Bakit? So, according to the slide, in most of process costing problem, direct labor cost may be small or immaterial lang in compared to other product costs. So, as you can see dun sa uh, bakit ang assumption is mababa yung direct labor cost? Kasi pag factory, nung nakita nyo for example yung mga picture ko before to sa first modules, usually automated eh. Automated. So meaning they use machines. If that is the case, mababa yung direct labor cost. So kung mababa yung direct labor cost, anong ginagawa? So pinagsasama na lang sila. Kaya yung direct labor cost plus factory overhead cost, that is conversion cost. So most of the problem makita nyo na magkasama sila. Now, pagsasamahin lang si direct labor tsaka si factory overhead, kung yung percentage of completion for direct labor, percentage completion, tsaka yung for overhead are the same. So, kapag sa problem, magkaiba yung percentage of completion, hindi sila pwedeng pagsamahin as conversion cost. So, separate pa rin yung computation ng EUP mo for direct labor and for factory overhead if the percentage of completion are not the same with that particular department. Yeah, so let's try to solve one problem. So please refer to the problem in the textbook. That's problem 6-47. So this is BDB company. So some of you still don't have a copy of the book, so please refer to the slide. So I'm just going to read the problem. So BDB company manufactures its one product by a process that requires, take note, this is two departments. So we're going to solve two departments problem. So the production starts in department A, definitely. So to make to transfer the finished goods in the work in process inventory to finished goods inventory, dapat dumaan siya sa department A. So meaning dapat maging 100% complete siya sa department A. Dapat dumaan din siya sa department B. So dapat 100% complete din siya sa department B. Otherwise, laging lang siya na dun sa work in process. So this is very important assumption. Sabi niya, direct materials are added at the beginning of the process in department A. So sabi ko kanina, pag sinabing added at the start or added at the beginning, yung ending inventory mo, 100% complete din as to percentage of completion for direct materials. Ngayon, so let's continue reading the problem. Additional direct materials are added when the process is 50% complete. So ito may condition in department B. Since weighted average to, so yung beginning inventory mo, tsaka yung started and completed, so sa cost of production report, walang problema, 100% complete. So itong requirement na 50%, magmamatter lang dun sa ending inventory. Kapag 50% or more, so ibig sabihin 100% complete na siya for direct materials. Pero kapag less than 50%, di ka nag-a-add ng additional material in department B. So magiging 0% complete siya. So this is very important information. So conversion costs are incurred proportionally. So ibig sabihin naka-base dun sa percentage of completion that will be provided to us throughout the production processes in both departments. Second paragraph. So on April 1, Department A, so this is beginning inventory for example. Department A had 500 units in work in process. So, ito yung beginning inventory natin, 500 units. Ngayon, nagbigay ng percentage of completion. Sabi niya, 30% complete for conversion. So, ibig sabihin, yung beginning inventory mo, last month to ang direct materials niya last month is 100%. Bakit 100%? Kasi nga, added at the start, yung conversion cost mo last month 30%. So kaya hindi siya nakasama dun sa inventory or units of inventory transferred from department A papunta dun sa department B last month. Bakit? Kasi nga hindi pa 100% complete yung conversion cost. Ayun. So kaya for this month of April, so we need to make the percentage completion for conversion cost for this beginning inventory 100%. Kaya lang sabi ko, pag FIFO, Kasi ang assumption natin dyan, yung beginning inventory, kasama na lagi yan sa transferred out. Kaya, pag weighted average, laging 100% ang ina-assume natin na percentage completion for the beginning inventory. Kasi nga, malilipat na siya sa Department B for April. For Department B, sabi niya, had 300 units of work in process estimated to be 40% complete for conversion. Tingnan mo to. So, 40% complete daw yung beginning inventory mo as to conversion. Eh, di ba, dun sa previous slide, sabi niya, sa Department B daw, additional direct materials will be added if the conversion cost is 50% complete. So, in this case, sa Department B, yung beginning inventory niya, 0% complete as to direct materials. Bakit 0? Kasi hindi umabot ng 50%. 40% lang. So, ang conversion cost niya is 40%. Kaya lang, hindi natin masyadong papansinin itong percentage of completion na to. Bakit? Kasi nga, pag weighted average, ang assumption natin, kasama lagi yung beginning inventory sa transferred out. So, therefore, 100% complete ang i-assign natin percentage of completion later. So, during April, Department A started 2,000 units. Ay, may problem. Department A started 2,000 units and completed 2,100 units. Department B, so that's Department A. So, Department A, ang transferred out mo daw is 2,100. Bakit transferred out? Kasi completed na siya. So, Department B completed 2,000 units. So, ang transferred out naman, meaning, kasi last department na si Department B, yung 2,000, mapupunta na yan sa finished goods inventory. The ending work in process inventory in April 30 in Department A is estimated to be 50% complete for conversion. And ending work in process inventory in Department B is estimated to be 70% complete for conversion. Ayan. So, that's the information for the number of units or 4 units. The third paragraph will discuss or will give us information with regards to the costs incurred for each department. So, sabi niya dyan, na cost sheet for Department A shows that the units in beginning in work in process inventory had 2,750 in direct material costs and 1,494 in conversion costs. The production costs incurred in April were 18,000. So meaning, yan yung cost added. Yung 2,750 tsaka 1,494 cost ng beginning inventory yan. So meaning, incurred mo yan last March. So yung, kasi naka-forward yung beginning inventory in April, eh hindi pa siya 100% complete. So nagkaroon ka ngayon ng additional cost. So yung additional cost mo for April, is 18,000 for direct materials and 21,000 for conversion costs. Department B's beginning work in process inventory April 1 was 6,100. Ito yan, 6,1. Of which 4,200 was transferred in cost. So pag sinabing transferred in cost, ibig sabihin, cost from Department A. So, kasi, di ba, yung units of inventory, pag 100% complete na sa Department A, ita-transfer yan sa Department B. Siyempre, pag transfer kay Department B, yung cost niya nakikarry forward dun sa next department. So, kaso hindi pa siya 100% complete as to Department B. Kaya nagkaroon ka ng additional cost. Sabi niya, it incurred 37,920. So this is a specific cost attributable to Department B for this particular period. Before 2 is carry forward cost. 37,920 in direct material cost and 24,434 in conversion cost in April. So the requirement is prepare a cost of production report for Department A and cost of production report for Department B. So I'm using Excel to discuss. Yun nga lang, sinunod ko yung 5-step method dun sa book. Lang. Ayan, so let's prepare the cost of production report in the first department. So, ang unang gagawin dyan, so yung cost of production report, by the way, yung Excel will be uploaded dun sa cloud natin para mas makapag-refer kayo. So, yun. So, ito yung first part ng cost of production report. So, syempre, laging may heading. So, BDB Company Cost of Production Report for the month ending April 30. Kasi for current month lang yan. So, yung first step natin is compute the total units to account for. So, ito yung hahanapin natin later dun sa step 2. So, meron tayong beginning inventory. So, take note, yung beginning inventory is the ending inventory in March. Naging beginning inventory yan in April. So, hindi mo natapos yung 500. Kailangan tapusin siya this month. So, 500 yan. Ngayon, nag-add ka ng additional 2,000. So, therefore, 2,500 yung total units to account for mo for this particular period. Sorry. Ayan. Ngayon, so, after computing for the total units to account for, so, ang susunod mong gagawin is to compute. Hanapin natin saan napunta yung 2,500. So, dito natin makakita yan sa step 2. And for this step also, we're going to compute the EUP o yung equivalent units. So, according to the problem, sabi niya, given yung 2,100, so 2,100 is the completed units for Department A. So, meaning, ito yung 2,100 na to, ito yung mapupunta sa Department B. Ngayon, kung 2,1 yung transferred out, so may beginning kang 500, so ibig sabihin, yung 1,6 manggagaling dun sa unit started. Diba dun sa step 1, meron lang tayong beginning inventory, meron tayong started. So itong 1,6, kasi 500 to, ito 2,000, so 2,500 yan. So 500 kasama sa transferred out, 1,6 ng 2,000 kasama ulit sa transferred out. Para pag inad yung 1,6 and 500, that will be equivalent to 2,100. 2,500 yung total. So, para maging 2,500 yan, so dapat yung 400 na dun sa ending inventory. Kaya 400 yung ending inventory dyan. So, as you notice, para makompute yung EUP, we need the percentage of completion. Sabi ko dahil weighted average to, laging ganyan. So, basta weighted average, yung transferred out mo is always 100% as to direct materials and 100% also for conversion cost. But 100%, kasi nga transferred out. So, hindi siya matatransferred from Department A to Department B kung hindi siya 100% complete as to direct materials and as to conversion cost. Kaya tignan mo yung ending. Yung ending inventory na 400, hindi siya kasama sa transferred out. Bakit? Kasi pagdating sa direct materials, 100% complete nga siya. Pero pagdating sa conversion cost, 50% complete lang. So therefore, hindi pa siya matatransfer. May iwan pa siya dito sa department natin or department A. So if the transferred out percentage of completion for direct materials and direct conversion cost is 100%, so therefore, the beginning inventories and the started and completed percentage completion are also 100%. Kaya 100% din ang nakalagay dyan. So, ang EUP is actual units, so 500, multiplied by the percentage of completion, 100%. So, that is 500 and so forth. Kaya for transferred out, 2,100 ang EUP for direct materials. Ang conversion cost mo is also 2,100. Kasi laging 100% complete yan pag weighted average. Sa lahat ng problem ganun. Basta weighted average, transferred out is always 100%. Yung ending inventory lang magmamatter yung percentage of completion provided in the problem. So according to the problem, 50% yung percentage of completion for conversion cost. Direct materials, di binigay yung 100%. Kaya lang ang sabi niya, according to the problem, the beginning inventory in Department A is added at the start. So yung ending inventory mo, dumaan yun sa step 1. Kasi 50% complete na nga eh. So, sabihin, from 0% papunta sa 50%. So, nag-start yan. Kaya meron na siya agad 400 na direct materials equivalent units of production. Kasi nga, added at the start. Kung added at the end yan, 0 yan. Ayun. So, 100%. So, given yung 50%. So, 400 times 50%, that's 200. So therefore, for Department A, ang EUP ko, total EUP is 2,500. For conversion cost, that's 2,300. Paano ko 25? 21 plus 400. 21 plus 400. Paano ko yung 23? That's 21 plus 200. And also, yung total units to account for dito sa actual column should be the same dun sa step 1 natin. So, dapat 25 din yun. Step 3. So, compute for the total cost to account for. So, ito medyo madali lang kasi given naman lahat ng cost for the first department. So, nilagay ko lang dyan. So, prior period cost, meaning yung cost sa March na na-carry forward. So, actually, ito yung cost nung beginning inventory. So, for direct materials, you have 2,750 given sa problem. For conversion cost, that's 1,494. So, if we add, that's 4,244. For the care period, given ulit, so we have direct materials of 18,000 given do sa problem. And 21,000 for conversion cost. So, if we add, that's 39,000. So, add lang natin. So, 22,494 for conversion costs and 20,750 for direct materials. So, yung total cost to account for is 43,244. So, meaning mamaya, hanapin natin saan napunta yung 43,244. Sasagutin niya ng step 5 actually. Next step is to compute for the cost per equivalent unit o yung cost per unit. Yung lang, hindi pwede yung cost per unit nga kasi wala pa tayong, hindi pa natin ma-identify yung actual unit. So, EUP lang muna siya. So, for weighted average, ang gagawin lang natin dyan is yung cost of beginning work in process inventory. I-add lang natin yung cost added during the period. So, meaning yung total. Dun sa step 3. Yung total cost ng direct materials plus yung total cost ng, total cost ng direct materials and total cost ng conversion cost will be divided dun sa EUP ng direct materials and EUP ng conversion cost. Meaning, yung cost per EUP is total cost divided by the EUP. EUP of direct materials and EUP of conversion cost. Separate yung computation. Let's try. Ito yan. So, if you go back to step 3, yung hindi ko nilalagyan dito sa total. So, there is no information kasi hindi pwedeng i-add lang itong dalawa. Then divide ng sum nitong EUP ng direct materials and conversion cost since magkaiba sila. So, yung total cost na to is the sum of cost ng prior period plus o ng beginning inventory plus yung current period cost. So, pagpunta kayo sa step 3, yan yung 2750 and this is the 22,494. So, yung EUP galing dun sa step 2. So, ito galing sa step 3. Yung 25 galing sa step 2. Yung 22,494 galing sa step 3. Yung 2,3 is galing sa step 2. So, pag dinivide, 20,750 divided by 2,500, yan yung 8.3. So, this is for direct materials. For direct labor, that's 22,494 divided by 2,300, that is 9.78. So, if we add 8.3 and 9.78, that's 18.08. So, dun na-compute yan. Next is reconciliation and assignment of costs to each EUPs. Yan. So, this is the last part. So, first, we have beginning inventory. Ang EUP niya dun sa step 2. Step 2 to. This is step 4. Ayan. Step 2 and step 4. So, ang EUP na beginning inventory, pag transferred out kasi is always 100%. Kaya, 500, 500, 1616. Multiply lang doon sa EUP na na-compute doon sa step 4. So, ang total cost ng beginning inventory mo is 9040 started and completed is 28,928. So if we add this 9040 plus 28,928, yan yung 37,968. This is the same by the same amount if we multiply the transferred out equivalent units, kasi always 100% yan. So 21 multiply by the total cost. I think that's 18 yata. 18.03 if I'm not mistaken. So that will be also 37,968. So ibig sabihin, kahit hindi na separating computation for beginning inventory, started, completed, dito ka na lang mag-compute sa transferred out. Same lang yung makukuha mong sagot. Ito lang kasi importante. 37,968. Yun nga lang, for ending inventory, hindi pwedeng gawin yun. Bakit? Kasi magkaiba ng EUP, yung direct materials and conversion cost. So, yung direct materials natin, the EUP, kasi 100% complete yan as to direct materials. So, ang EUP niya is 400. So, multiply by the cost per EUP of 8.3, lalabas yung 3320. So, yung conversion cost is ilang percent complete na ba? 70% complete. Sorry, this is 50% complete. Ayun pala, 400, 200. 50% complete, so 200 lang siya. So multiply by 9.78, we will get 1956. So if we add 33220 plus 1956, that will give us 5276. Ayan. If we add 37,968 plus 5276, will arrive at 43,244. So itong amount na to, as you can see, is the same dun sa total cost to account for na ginawa natin dun sa step 3. Kaya wala tayong difference. Ibig sabihin, reconcile. Same lang or na-account natin yung 43,244. Nahanap natin. Saan napunta yung 43,244? So, yung 37,968 transferred out. Yung 5276 makikarry forward next month. Pero dito pa rin siya sa Department A. Ayan. Now, let's continue the discussion in the second department. Ayan. So, first, ang given lang is 300. So, according to the problem, ang beginning inventory for Department B is 300. And the transferred in is 2,100. Paano ko na-compute yung 2,100? That's the transferred out of Department A. Kasi 100% complete na siya sa Department A, lipat siya sa Department B. So, ito yung 2,1. So, therefore, ang total units to account for natin is 2,400, which is the sum of this 300 plus 2,1. So, yung 2,1, yan yung started ng Department B. Yeah, so the next step is to compute for the total units as accounted for and the EUP. Take note, nagbago ng konti na dagdagan. Ano yung dagdag? Itong transferred in column natin. Ayan. So, transferred in meaning yung na-account natin yung units o EUP from the previous department. So, kapag weighted average naman, wala mang problema. Yung percentage of completion ng transferred out is always 100%. Kaya tingnan mo to. Transferred in is 100%. Direct materials, 100%. Conversion cost is also 100%. So, ito yung mga EUP nila. So, 2,000 times 100% is 2,000. 2,000 times 100% is also 2,000. And so forth, 2,000. Problema natin sa ending inventory, pag transferred in, this is always 100%, but 100% kasi ito yung percentage of completion from previous department. So, meaning, Department A. So, syempre, nalipat siya sa Department B kasi 100% complete na siya dun sa Department A. So, 100% ang percentage of completion niya for transferred A. So, that is 400. Ngayon, for direct materials, nakadepende dun sa percentage of completion ng conversion cost. Pag 50%, meron ng direct materials. 70% complete according to the problem. So therefore, pag direct materials, 100% complete kasi sobra na sa 50% yung 70%. Kung sakaling 40% yung, o kaya 49% ang percentage of completion ng conversion cost, mazi-zero yung percentage of completion mo ng direct materials. Dun sa problem, 70 na. Kaya 100% complete na siya for the direct materials. For conversion cost, given naman yung 70%. So, 70% times 400, that will give us 280. Compute for the total cost to account for. So, kagaya kanina, medyo madali. I-add lang yung beginning or prior period plus yung current period cost. So, for beginning inventory, according to the problem, 6,100 daw yun. Ang total is 6,100. Ang transferred in natin is 4,200. So, yung difference nilang 1,900, that will be directly identified to conversion cost. So, 1,900 yun. Bakit sa conversion cost lang? Wala sa direct materials. Because according to the problem, the percentage of completion of the beginning inventory for department B is only 40%. So, yung beginning inventory mo is only 40%. So, ibig sabihin, dahil 40% yan, in terms of direct materials, 0% ang percentage of completion. If that is the case, wala dapat cost. Kaya 0 to. Kasi wala namang inad na direct materials dyan. So, 0 yan. So, 0 din ang cost. Kaya lahat ng natitira, 6,1 minus 4,2, mapupunta dun sa conversion cost. 37,920 of additional cost for direct materials given. 24,434 for conversion cost also provided in the problem. Yung 37,968 nanggaling yan dun sa Department A. Remember, ang journal entry dun sa transferred out sa mali ako sumulat. Yan, ang journal entry mo for transferred out is debit to work in process department B, credit work in process department A. So, meaning, itong 37,968 nanggaling sa department A. Yan. So, cost to account for, just add. So, 42 plus 37,968, that will give us 42,168. So, 0 plus 37,920 is 37,920. 19 plus 24,434, that's 26,334. So, add lang natin yung 42,168, 37,920, and 26,334. That will give us 106,422. So, dapat itong 106,422, mahanap natin later. Saan napunta yung 106,422 na yan? So, makita natin yun sa step 5. But before step 5, step 4 muna tayo, which is let's compute for the cost per equivalent units of production. So, sabi ko kanina, pag cost per EUP, cost per EUP, so, pag cost per EUP, yung ang numerator natin o yung cost will be yung total dito sa slide. So meaning, if we compute for the cost per EUP for transfer in, that's 42,168. I-divide natin dun sa EUP, computed dun sa step 2. 37,920 divided by dun sa EUP, computed sa step 2, and also 26,334 divided by dun sa EUP, computed sa step 2 also. So, tingnan natin sa next slide. Ayan. So, as you can see, ito yan. So, to compute for the cost per equivalent unit, that's 42,168. So, galing sa step 3, di-divide natin ng, this is step 3, galing. Equivalent units, 24. This is coming from step 2. And 37,920 from step 3 divided by 24 galing sa step 2, and also 26,334 from step 3 also and 2280 from step 2. So 42168 divided by 24, that will give us 17.57. 37,920 divided by 24, that's 15.8. 26,334 divided by 2280, that will give us 11.58. So just add, just add the 3. So 17.57 plus 15.8 plus 11.5 will give us 44.92. Okay, so last step, step 5 is assigning cost to EUP. So in this part, we also reconcile the costs computed in step 3. Ayan, so this is the same. So yung EUP natin is coming from step 2 and yung cost per EUP natin is from step 3. So as you can see, pare-pareho yung EUP do sa beginning inventory and started and completed because the percentage completion are always 100%. So you can compute in this way, or pwede na lang natin pagsamahin yung EUP ng beginning inventory, started and completed. So as you can see, the EUP do sa beginning inventory is 300 plus yung EUP for started and completed, which is 1,700. So that is 2,000. I-multiply natin yung sum ng lahat ng cost per EUP. So 17.57 plus 15.8 plus 11.55, that's 44.92. So 2,000 times 44.92, that will give us 89,840. So pareho lang kahit isa-isa yung compute or pagsasamahin na lang sila. However, for ending inventory, hindi pwedeng gawin yan kasi yung EUP natin from step 2 are not the same. So for transferred in 400, for direct materials 400, for conversion cost, that's 280. So isa-isa talaga yan. So 400 times 17.57, so that's 7028. 400 times 15.8, this is 6320. For 280 times 11.55, this is 3234. So if we add these 3, ito yung 16,582. So 89,840 plus 16,582, that will give us a total cost of 106,422, which is the same dun sa total cost na na-compute natin sa step 3. So this is from step 3. So since pareho sila, so walang variance, meaning walang difference. So tama tayo. Ngayon, ang magiging journal entry natin dyan, so yung first journal entry natin will be yung debit ng WIP, Department B, credit ng WIP, Department A for the transferred out cost. Number 2 is the journal entry for the current cost. Take note for the current cost only. So that will be WIP, Department B. Then credit to raw materials inventory for additional direct materials. Credit to wages and salaries payable for additional direct labor costs, and credit to factory overhead applied for additional factory overhead applied cost. Take note, this is for the current cost only. Yung period cost, di na-entryhan yun. And lastly, ang third journal entry natin is for the transferred out. Kasi from work in process, mapupunta na yan sa finished goods inventory. So, a journal entry will be debit to finished goods inventory and credit to WIP, Department B. So, magkanong amount? Itong 89,840. Ayun. So, that's it for the cost of production report for using weighted average. So, sa next module, first in, first out method muna tayo. So, try to answer some problems. In case you have clarification or questions, please let me know through Blackboard or through email. Thank you.